Shamona! I got a new microphone, and it's clip-on, so I don't have to put it on my mixer. We have this cake, which is multiple days old, but it's fresh because I put parchment paper over it. If you don't remember this, if you haven't seen it, watch it, I guess. Do what you want, but it's just like what the hell am I supposed to do with this? So, I am making it into cake pops. Basically, just gonna put the cake in here, put the frosting, make it into a paste, ball it up, let the chocolate melt, dye the chocolate melt, stick it in. I'm gonna try to stick it in. I'm gonna try to make it look like South Park cake pops. Let's get started. I don't really know. I'm wearing white, not a great idea, but I don't really care. I don't feel like changing it. So, cake is in here. So let's... Cause I'm bad, Shamona. This microphone quality isn't great, and I'm aware of that, but it's better than having a string through like half of my screen and have a microphone on there. Wait. That's stupid. I've never made cake pops, but like I know how to. I've watched all the baking shows. I should be on Nailed It. Oh my god, why am I not on Nailed It? Balls. I can make a cake pop penis. Fun story, I got into a Mean Girls production, and it's not even school figure. Somehow I got Miss Norbury. So, Norbury, I babysat today, and the kid I babysit, when I came in, he goes, Irene, did you know you're one of my best friends? It was so cute. Today's April Fool's, right? So I have a lot of medical problems, and it's kind of just like a thing. I decided, I was like, I need to prank my friends by like saying something, but not something that would be like scary, like terminal, you know? I don't want to freak them out, right? Or like just like surprise them. So basically, I called my first friend Beth up. Shout out to Beth. And I'm like, Beth, like, so for context, in January 6th, 2021, not 2021, 2022, a year after the insurrection of the Capitol, I got a cyst removed, a cyst named Hot Dog. It was an ovarian cyst. He was like freaking huge, like the size of a baseball. Like, I'm not even joshing. Like, I'll put the picture, but I made a little snowball to scale with him. Like, that's how big he was in my ovaries. I called up my friend Beth. I usually FaceTime her, so I called her like on the phone so my sister and mom could hear. Basically, I was like, hey, and she's like, hey, and I'm like, so I didn't tell you about this early in the week because I didn't want to freak you out, but I was having like this pain in my stomach that wasn't just period pain. I said it was, but like it wasn't, and it was like my tummy hurt, but like it hurt more than usual. And so she's like, uh-oh, and I'm like, so I went in and I got another ultrasound because they thought maybe Hot Dog had come back. And turns out I have this thing called like tri-ovary something. My mom was like, it's Triova syndrome. And I was like, oh, Triova syndrome. Obviously that's not a thing. I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. She was completely believing me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going with it, right? So then I go, and that's not even the crazy part. She's like, oh my god, what else? I'm like, they found testicles. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. Like, isn't that crazy? And she's like, oh my god. And I'm like, so that means because there's sperm in the testicles and I have eggs, I can get myself pregnant. She was like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, I take this like medication where it literally prevents me from getting myself pregnant. And she was like, oh my god. And I'm like, you want to know what it's called? Because it's actually like a really weird name for a medication. She's like, what? I'm like, oh, April Fool's. It was good. It was probably my best. And then called my friend Jenny. I also called her and I did the same prank, and she also believed it. Neither of them have a reason to not believe me more than anything. So yeah, that was my April Fool's prank. You're either with me or with me. Bring it in. Okay, I just learned that one of the guys who sings that, along with Pharrell Williams, is one of the creators of South Park. and also the voice of like Stan, Randy, Cartman, like all those characters. I don't know how to read sheet music. I'm gonna be honest. And I have a music rehearsal tomorrow for Mean Girls. What am I gonna do? Like, I don't know how to read. Like, I've literally been taught like 4 different times. I don't remember how. It's just not something that sticks in my brain. See, humor gets you a lot of places. Looks get you more places. But humor can do some good for you. So maybe, if you're not the prettiest, maybe focus on your humor. Because you can still go places. That's how I did it. I think penises are so funny. My sister went to Italy to study abroad last summer 2022. She got me this, I think, the Michelangelo in Italy. And then she gave me a freaking Pope magnet. I love the Pope. You guys, I'm not Catholic. I'm not religious at all. Like, at all. But I love the Pope. My friend Campbell gave me a bracelet that was literally blessed by the Pope. I'm not even joshing. Shabona! One time, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. I was home alone. I was making pizza rolls because I'm a pizza roll fiend. We didn't have foil, right? I knew about parchment paper. Like, my parents had put parchment paper in the oven, so I was like, okay, parchment paper, right? So I looked, but I didn't know it was called parchment paper. But I had, like, the idea in my head. So I looked in my thing, and the first thing I see had a P on it. It was pressed and sealed. So I put it on the tray, and I put my pizza rolls in, and I put it in the oven, and it smells like burnt plastic. And I take it out, and I'm like, oh, why did it melt all over my pizza rolls? Like, it literally formed. Like, it didn't melt into them. Like, I took it off, and I ate the pizza rolls, obviously. But literally, it melted on, like, it molded onto it. And I just peeled them off and ate them, and they tasted fine. Shout out to all the aunts and uncles. I feel like they're underappreciated. So if you think the only content I'm gonna make is like baking videos, that's not true. Starbucks cake pop. Cake pop. Ew, yummy in my tummy. Hi. It's the night where after I made the cake balls, and put them in the fridge. Basically, I put the balls in the fridge, and I ended up making 10 more. I was only going to make 4 more to make it 2 dozen, but then I just made 10 more. And so I did that. I did it off camera. Also, I just learned that the video where I make the cake just got copyrighted. Which I don't care because it's still up. I just think it's funny because I'm pretty sure I got copyrighted for Eric Cartman Poker Face because that was the only music I used. So, I think that's a win. Hey! We have some chilled cake pops. I got white chocolate Ghirardelli. Wow, this is definitely a circle. Stuff is already going wrong. I'm just gonna discard that. What if I just like bathed in this white chocolate? Okay, everyone on white chocolate and dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is good as dude. Like, it's freaking good. Guys, catch me at the Eras tour. A fun fact about me is that I had a really like insane Glee obsession in summer of 2020, and I want to put out there that I was an OG for Creep Glee cast version. Okay, I remember I had it on my playlist, and I remember like listening to it, and like it wasn't a popular song then, so I was like embarrassed to like listen to it, and I was like, is this weird? Like, the song's not like this song just isn't a popular Glee cast version. And look where I am. I was in Cold Stone the other day, and they literally freaking played it. They played Creep Glee cast version in the middle of a Cold Stone. Oops. Stick it in. It's a sex joke. Last video, I was talking about how mascara, the CoverGirl mascara I was using, sucked balls. Now this mascara, it's literally CoverGirl mascara, and it sucks, okay? It sucks. Do not get Clump Crusher, it sucks. What? I got Wet n Wild. That was literally like $3 or $4, and it's so much better. It's not the greatest mascara in the world, but for $4, how it is. What if, like, instead of cake, I made this out of, like, crab meat? What do you think would happen? You guys ever just like have ants in your pants? Like not actually, but like you just keep wiggling. So that was me today. I could not sit still. Like I usually can't sit still, but wow. The ants were in my pants. That one is going to be the skin color. Yellow. Red. Oh wait. Yellow and red make orange. Duh. Kinda. Okay. You know, that was my first one. It's fine. It's fine. Two is fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, 3 is not a big deal. It happens, you know? How do any bakers do any of these things ever? Fine. 4 is literally not even a big deal. Maybe I'll do something that's not so melted. Nope. I want to feel sturdy. 7 times the charm, you know? 7 times the charm. Maybe a bigger one. I'm done. I can't. 7. I messed 7 up. I literally chilled them. They're so cold. You know what? I have a good personality. And that's all that matters. I can't bake. Quite frankly, I'm not the skinniest. You know, this apron would fit differently. But you know what? I'm kind of silly. So who needs to bake, you know? Who needs baking, okay? Who needs it? Not me. I'll see you guys next week. There will not be a baking video. Because I'm 2 for 2 failures. So I hope you enjoyed watching me fail and watching a little piece of me die inside. I love you guys. I don't love this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that gave a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found.